Well, you know we want to give you the best offer available. And now we can't do that if you don't cooperate. We're a family-owned and operated business. We do everything above the table. We like to keep ourselves up on the up and up. That's why our business is called Up on the Up and Up. Which many people told us no, it's not a good name. I was like, what the fuck do you know? I didn't say that. But I wanted to say, what the fuck do you know? We're a family-owned and operated business, and so we like to keep a squeaky clean image, if you know what I mean. Now, my brothers don't like the way I run things. They think that I'm skimming too much off the top. You know, when you sell used cars and all. You know, if people don't do their research, their due diligence, how's that on me? Right. How is that on me? Now I walk through my lot and I see what I have for sale. And even though we call ourselves up on the up and up, if it's not on the up and up, that's not our problem. We're up on the up and up in the sense that if someone asks us, what's up with this car, this van, this SUV, and I just take my finger and I just wipe it along the side of the passenger door. You know, there's no dirt. We keep them cars clean. And I say to the person, welcome to Up and Up and Up. One of our finest vehicles on the lot. They don't ask questions, I sell it to them. It doesn't matter if it's all fucked up inside. This transmission's not working. It won't pop out a third gear. AC is shot. If you ask me, then I will tell you. It's a piece of shit. If you don't ask me, I got no obligation to tell you it's a piece of shit. You had to do your due diligence. Now my brother Roy, he thinks about things a little bit different. He's kind of a evangelical type. Wants to have these kind of Christian revivals and save everybody with the word of Jesus. I gotta make sure that I sell the cars when he's not around. Roy's a little old-fashioned like that. Sometimes I catch him looking at me through the window, shaking his head at his little brother. I'm the middle child. Got a younger brother. He mostly does them mechanical work in the garage shop back. And then Roy takes care of all the financials. Myself, I'm a salesman. Now Roy doesn't much like that, but Roy doesn't have that touch. And Roy's one of those snooty types. You know, he may be like a pastor and everything, but I suppose he turns it on when he's on the pulpit, but he don't have it out here. It's not his thing. Likes to stay behind over there in the cubicle and just look out through the window. Look at me, make sure I'm up on the up and up. Now, people have a problem with my title for the business, but there's three brothers up on the up and up. The up is each up is for each one of us. I'm the middle up. I want people to be happy, that's true, but I'm also thinking about number one. You think about number one too. So if they're willing to drive that car off the lot without asking any questions, that's on them. If they want to ask me some questions, I'll tell them the truth. Now my brother, Roy, he talks to me. He says, Pete, you know that's bad for business, don't you? That's really bad for business. People take a car off the lot and it breaks down on them. Now, you and I know, Pete, that the good Lord wouldn't act that way. The good Lord tells us how to act. Because somewhere deep inside of you, Roy, you know you're not doing the right thing with these people, trusting you to give them a quality product. And I watch you through the window. You know I watch you through the window. And I'm just waiting for you to see the light. You don't see the light. Now I won't go so far as to say you're doing the devil's work out here. You're not doing the devil's work. But you are doing Roy's work, and it's not the work of the Lord. I want you to think about that every time you try to get one by on our customers. Because for me, as a man of Christ, these people are my family and they're my flock. Pain. Pain, pain. You know, the truth of the matter is you don't care, and that's why you leave me to do this. I don't see much sense in you doing it. Because you want to teach them all about Christ. Christ. I say for Christ out loud. Save it for the pulpit. Well, little brother, I don't have to save it for the pulpit. I can just tell you that if I can convert your heart to Christ, you're going to treat all our people right. Now, right now, we're paying the bills with this operation. Right now, I'm trusting you to do the right thing. See, what you're doing is taking shortcuts with other people. And that means that you're affecting yourself. Listen, these people are stupid. If they come here at a used car lot and they buy a used car from me without asking questions, that's on them. No, that's on you. They need to be smart enough to know that just because it's there in the lot, shiny, with a sales tag, it doesn't mean that it's all copacetic. There could be problems with it. They have got to ask the questions. I'm not going to forward that information to them and make less. See, what I'm doing out here is taking care of you in there. You don't have the gumption I got. You can't do what I got because you're a man of the Lord. Well, this man right here is taking care of your bills while you all cozy inside, and then you get up on Sundays and preach that word of the Lord. If I'm so bad that you need to walk away from this business and it'll just be called up and up, I don't need it to be caught up on the up and up. People have been harassing me about that title ever since I came up with it. I came up with it to honor all the three brothers. Now, you know, little guy, he doesn't have a problem with this. He's all good with this. He just fixes the cars. He doesn't give a shit. He trusts me, but you don't trust me because you're the older brother. You feel like you gotta be the conscience of the family ever since Dad passed away, and I get it. But you ever ask yourself why you still stick around even though you're looking through that window every day? Scolding me from behind that glass. Praying for me at night that I'll do the right thing. You can't walk away from this business. You ain't got the balls to walk away. Because you know you can't. You know that you don't got what it takes, that you don't have the stamina. You don't have the stamina to actually make a living. I'm the one. And you think that I'm unethical? That I'm not doing the devil's work, but I certainly am doing my own? You know what it's like to be out here in the trenches, selling used cars to people? You don't know. That's right, I do not know. But you don't know what it's like to sit in the crucible of the Lord. Have to do the right thing no matter what. And I can't very well survive in such a world that's so corrupt. So I go. I teach the good Lord's word.
can't take people's money because this is a corrupt system. What I'm asking you to do is to not be corrupt. That's your luxury. I gotta be corrupt, as you say. We don't get the best quality cars in here. People want to sell us their junk. We look them over. We assess their value. We're taking it off the hands of people who need some cash, don't need that car anymore. It's not worth a lot of money to begin with. I know. And that's something I'm also wanting to talk to you about. How you short-shrifting the people who come in and sell the cars to us. You could give them more money. I could give them more money. But if I buy 10 cars in a week, and I give each person $100 extra, I'm losing us $1,000 a week. Which is $4,000 a month. Which is $48,000 a year. Just for being the nice guy. That's what you don't realize up there in the pulpit. That your little brother is financing all that evangelical nonsense by being a little short-shrifty. We're all interconnected here. So next time you get up and preach good Lord's word, you might want to think about it, what you're dependent upon. Because you're dependent upon some shady shit. And I'll be straight with you. I'm not much keen on what you're doing. Because I think it's shady for you to be up there teaching the Lord's word when you know you're connected to me. And you may like to condemn and judge me. But I am putting food in your mouth. And instead of losing that $48,000 a year, I'm keeping that $48,000 a year. In between the three of us, that means you get 16 of that. That means you don't have to work. That you can go up there on your Sundays and just preach the word. You had no financial obligations because of my shady business dealing. And then I sell the cars a little bit higher. And when people come back and they complain, I say, had nothing to do with us. That was what was going to happen with the car anyways. But you're lying to them. It's what was going to happen to the car. But you're lying. No, they didn't ask me nothing. They asked me. Then maybe I'll say, oh yeah, the alternator's a problem. Transmission's a problem. Air conditioning is a problem. But they didn't ask me. So when it goes bad on them, I tell them that's what happens with old cars. It's not right. You gotta find a better way. You gotta find a way that's in keeping with moral behavior. This is moral behavior. That's what you don't understand. This is the survival of the fittest. If people come in here and they want to know, I tell them. But if they're stupid to ask questions, then I'm not gonna tell them. They gotta be smarter. Maybe when their car does break down, then they'll get smarter and they'll be asking me. But until that time comes, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. You take too much delight in this.
you actually take too much delight? Do you think that your life is about making cash off these people? I don't know what my life is about. I don't have time to think about that. I'm too busy buying and selling, making connections, making sure that we're all fed. I don't have time to think about what my life is like, what is the meaning of it all. That's for you. But I tell you, I'm not even interested in that because you're too disconnected. You know, we have this talk once or twice a month. You try to change my ways, try to get me thinking more religious. It's not gonna work, man. Because I know what I'm doing is superior to what you're doing. You're teaching this religion, and what you're doing, I might as well try to convince you to do the world the way I do the world. I can't do the world the way you do the world. You don't even know why you're here. You don't know why you're alive. Well, I don't gotta know. I don't gotta know why I'm alive, man. I don't have to know that. I can just make money. But you're never gonna find a wife that way. What's this have to do with finding a wife? Oh man, you're not gonna find a wife. You are gonna be single. You might be wealthy, and you're not even gonna be wealthy. You're not gonna be wealthy. You're gonna make some money, but you're gonna be single. What does this have to do with being single, man? It has to do with the kind of character that you create in yourself. You practice this kind of dubious behavior. It just eats away at your soul. And that's who you become. You become a dubious man, and there's no woman who can really devote to a dubious man. No woman. So you think that you're making this money and doing us all some favor, but you're really doing a disservice to yourself. No, you are, man. You're doing a disservice to yourself. Why you gotta play that hand? We're talking a lot about this, and you're not seeing the point. No, I think that you are not seeing the point. Well, it's maybe true, but you're not seeing the point that I'm making because you don't have a point. I'm telling you. You keep this up, you're gonna die alone. Because you keep practicing this behavior that's making you ugly. You're just ugly. I look out through the window and I see you scamming these good-natured, good-hearted people, man. And I'm like, what happened to my younger brother? How did he get this way? I got this way because I knew I had to take care of the three of us. You know? Joey's in the fucking garage. He's not gonna do this. All he knows is just engines. You know? He can take care of all that, but he can't take care of this. And you can't take care of this. And God knows I don't want to be locked up in a fucking building looking out on a window doing paperwork. I don't know shit about engines. So I take the hit if I become Mr. Dubious. But you don't have to. I'm telling you, you got to start taking Sundays off and coming and listening to me. We will be a team. I don't want to take money from these people just because I'm spreading the good news. You listen and you start to change yourself. And then you'll change this business. Because it's gonna catch up to us. People are gonna say, don't go to the up and up and up. Don't do it. Because those guys will sell you shit cars. And it's gonna catch up to you and me and Joey. It's gonna catch up. And then what are people gonna say about me being a pastor with a crooked younger brother who scams people? you know, that Bible shit, those are just stories, man. You want me to change myself because of some stories that were written 2,000 years ago? What kind of bullshit is that? It's not bullshit. You don't have a compass. You don't know what you're doing. You're just doing it for yourself. Everything you're doing out here is just for you and for your brothers. And that should be enough. No. It's not. It's not enough. At all. Once you start to understand Christ, you're gonna start to understand that you have to do things for other people too. I ain't gotta do shit for no one. I don't have to do shit. I don't gotta do shit. I'm not responsible for anybody but me and my brothers. Why don't you listen? Because what you're telling me is not practical. What you're telling me is not gonna pay the bills. That is where you were wrong. You don't understand the effect that Christ can have on you. If you go ahead and really take in the good word of the Lord, you want to sell more cars. More cars. Not fewer cars. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's a leap of faith. And not just God. And not just others. But yourself as well. See, what happens is people come here and they walk through that gate. They're looking for a nice car. And you're already on them. Like you're thinking of them as just an ATM. You're just gonna squeeze some cash from them. And they can feel that. Now, because we don't have a lot of competition in the area, they ignore that feeling that you're giving them. And I can watch them, I can read their body language when I'm reading your body language. And they're not comfortable with you, and they know. You know, it's a cliche, and you live out that cliche. You're the used car salesman. You got nothing in your heart. All you're thinking about is profits. All you're thinking about is squeezing them dry. I can feel that, but they only come to us because there's no other used car dealership for 50 miles. 50 miles. But I tell you something, little brother. We get one more used car dealership in this town. People aren't going to drive the 100 miles round trip. They're not. They're not. See, they're just gonna go to this other used car salesman. And he's gonna be better than you. Oh, is he gonna be better? How in the world would you know that? Anybody's gonna be better. How in the world? Because I'm sitting here making us all this money. How in the world could you actually put that at my feet? Because you ain't got no soul. I don't know what happened to your soul. I don't know what happened to my little brother's soul. You know? When Dad used to sell these cars, he had that look in his eye. That gleam of light. People loved it. And ever since you took over, there's no gleam. And we got, you know, a loyal clientele. 20 years, same place, it's gonna happen. But something's gonna change. You can't keep doing it like this. I don't see a soul inside you. Because you're just concerned about the money, you're not concerned about the people. And I'll tell you something.
Jesus can change all that for you, get you a soul. Jesus can get me a soul, absolutely. Jesus can get you a soul, because right now you're cut off. You're cut off when you look at people. You look at them without a soul. And that's a fact. And these people can sense that you don't have a soul. That all you want is their money. But I want to ask you a question. What good is all this money if you don't have a soul? You're not going to enjoy it. You're just making money. And you're not going to find yourself a woman. No woman's going to marry you. Who would want to marry a man without a soul? So you may think that I'm just up there preaching with nothing good coming out my mouth, but the truth is, everybody in that church has got a soul. And if they came in there without a soul before, they had one when they left. How can Jesus get you a soul? Jesus turns on the soul. Your soul's there, it's just turned off. So for all intents and purposes, you ain't got one. This is what I am trying to show you. Your soul's done turned off. It's only a matter of time before you die. And I don't want my little brother to die. How am I going to die? Well, I don't know how it's gonna happen. But you are gonna be out there selling cars without a soul. And something's just gonna happen. Heart attack, aneurysm, whatever it is. There's no soul in here animating the body. So that means it's only a matter of time. And then this whole business is gonna fold. Because you are the important middleman. Me and Joey don't have your gifts. But your gifts have a limited warranty. And until you find your soul again, we are all living on borrowed time.